How you?
All right. Big O.
What's up, Chan?
All right. Peace, love, good health, and black power. Today, tell us what you want to talk about. What you want to talk about today?
I just wanted to talk about like what men find attractive in black women.
Okay. You ready for this, home?
Yes, sir.
Hey, before we go, I just want to. Earlier today, I seen this thing on YouTube about the dude Kyrian Franklin. Mm-hmm. It's Kirk Franklin's son, and he called Kirk up, and it's obvious they had a conversation. But then he took a snippet of the conversation. Kirk cussing him out, calling him how he gonna whoop him and all this and all that.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to know what was your opinion. What's your opinion on that, man? What's your opinion on that?
I think the younger generation is much different than how we were raised.
Yes.
There's a lot of things that we were raised like you wouldn't have taken that and put that on social media.
Yes,
you might be beefing with your dad, but
yes.
you're not gonna tell the whole world that.
Yes.
There's obviously a lot of anger there because he only takes like a part of the conversation.
Right.
So you don't know the whole context of
everything
or even the situations that brought them to this point.
Right.
I don't like the fact that he aired the family's dirty laundry for the whole world. Right. And the world, for a lot of the Christian world wants to point a lot of fingers at Kirk Franklin because of the language he used. But also like people are human.
No, of course.
And I think you have to, allow people to be human and make mistakes and not worry about how I would have handled it. When in most cases when you're in situations you really don't know how you're going to handle it until
you get that situation.
Okay. So, Kirk put out an apology.
Yes.
At this point, let them fix their family stuff and move on. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You got any thoughts on this shit?
I mean, I think he shouldn't have put out an apology. I think, why you put out an apology for something that nobody really has the true context of the conversation. I got to put out an apology about a personal conversation I had with my son.
Yeah, but I think once
I understand it became public, but I just think we are getting dumber and dumber.
Yeah, okay.
The thing is it's one thing that he put it out there, but he knew that he had the audience to accept that. If we was living in a more righteous society, we wouldn't accept that. But we live in this culture that, especially this cancel culture, we only get snippets of a situation and we attack people and say this and that about them. Instead of understanding that we're all human and we all, and not only that, we all get mad, especially for somebody who's disrespectful and not knowing what he said. So I just think it's a reflection of our society in general that we just getting our sense of morality had fallen so that we'll accept something like that and then make comments about a snippet of a conversation. So that's how I feel about it.
Okay, so I agree with both of y'all. I feel like when I listened to it, I feel like it was a deeper conversation, and the young boy kind of baited him in and knew how to push his buttons and got him to curse. For me, I wouldn't apologize.
You would not?
Nah, I wouldn't apologize, and I would never deal with Slim again. I feel like by me giving you life and you being, I come from that, man. You should not disrespect your parents, and if I'm not gonna whoop you, I just ain't gonna deal with you.
Yeah.
Nah, I would never fool with Slim no more in life. But I got a little information like Kirk had him at 19 years old, and he not fooling with his mother. And I don't know if that played a part, because I'm not bashing women, but I know sometimes women be when your father not around, your father wasn't this and your father wasn't that, and I don't know if that Slim aspect of Kirk, I don't know or not, but I just know that he wasn't with the mother. He went on to get married and have other kids, so I don't know if that played a part.
it could be that. It also just could be that gentleman's own anger from, you know, you didn't marry my mom or whatever the case is, and now, you know, you got this life, I'm not a part of it. Maybe he feels like an outsider. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. I take, for an example, you know, you got Will Smith. He's got kids by Jada, and he's got another son, that Jaden, that's not from that relationship. There doesn't seem to be that issue there. Maybe Will handled it differently than Kirk did. The truth is we don't really know exactly what the circumstance, why there's obviously some anger on this part of the son that's there. And it's obviously some anger from Kirk when he gave his apology. He said that we've been through a lot of counseling with him and trying to get him, but he's always been a problem. He's always been this. And we truthfully, not to say Kirk's and, you know, not telling the truth, but we don't know that that's true. All we can take is, you know what I mean? I don't really, you know, I don't really think we should place any indictment on Kirk Franklin.
No, I'm with Kirk.
I'm with, you know.
Man, I'm with Kirk.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, at 33 years old, man, get a life, man. You 33 years old, you still mad at you, man, cut it out. So I'm ready, champ. You want to start this conversation off?
All right, so I was looking at something online, and it was a series of women that were having surgeries and stuff on their face.
Wow.
The eyebrow, they were getting eyebrows done, they were getting this done, and not just, you know, I'm gonna go to the salon and have it made up for an event or whatever. It was stuff that was done that either gonna be permanent or it's gonna last you the next 2 to 3 years. And to some degree, I had some feelings around that. Because when they showed the before and afters, right? The women were already, to some degree, attractive. There wasn't a single woman that I saw. I must have saw like 7 or 8 of them. I would say, well, that woman's ugly. Now she's better. There was a difference in the two, but she was already attractive already. Right?
So before we go far, I gotta ask you a question.
Yeah.
When these women are having these surgeries, who do you think they having the surgeries for? Do you think, and what I'm saying that because I had this conversation.
Instagram.
Do you think it's for Instagram, or because they have low self-esteem, or they're trying to get a man? What would you think?
I think it's a combination of things. I think we've gotten to a point where, just like it's the norm to get a tattoo, it's also now the norm for women to do this, to look good. I think TV plays a role in it. Everybody, I was talking to someone, you look at a television show, I mean, there was a time when people looked good, but now it's like, I was watching a program, everybody on the program was attractive. There wasn't everybody could have been a model. You know what I mean? And I think to some degree that places some pressure for some people, that places pressure on them. I even went and read some statistics. There were, just on in and out minimal surgeries, there were 14 million surgeries in 2019. It was 14.6 million surgeries. 14.2 million of them were women.
Wow.
Now, I don't know, it doesn't say in the statistics which ones of those were necessary due to, you know, some type of medical issue, or they were in a car accident or something. But I do see that there is a great majority of the women have, you know, submitting to this sort of thought where they're getting this I want my laugh lines gone, I want my eyebrows done, I want my cheekbones higher. And one of the things I really just want to say, that especially and particularly for black women, to me, no need to put a bumper sticker on a Bentley.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of times you're already attractive as you are. A lot of women are doing the eyebrows. The eyelashes. Them shorts look like this. You know what I mean? I can't even see the color of your eyes. Your eyelashes. It's not. I don't necessarily. If that's the woman's mindset, and I don't mean to knock
I got
anybody, right?
I got you.
But for most cases, what I usually find attractive is the woman that's confident enough in herself, A, to not follow the trend and do her own thing and not feel like, you know what I mean? Like, give you an example. I saw years ago, I remember I was in the barbershop. The guy, my barber now has his own spot, but he was on spot on Georgia Avenue, and a young lady came in to get a shape up. She had long hair up top, right? But she had this part like shaved in the back or whatever. She had this really long skirt, some tennis shoes, and you could tell she had a shape, but she wasn't dressed like, she wasn't showing nothing. Right, she wasn't, you know what I mean? Right. She was confident. She walked in with her little bag, and I looked at my man. This was a while ago. I was like, that's a sexy woman right there. She's an there wasn't hardly hot stick of makeup on. Right. She plain, but still confident. Right. Still, you know what I mean? Right. I think a lot of times as black men, I think maybe I'm speaking, for too many men at one time. We you know what I mean? We like the black woman for who she is already, without her having to, put on the acrylics, without her having to go get the eyelashes, without her having to, you know what I mean? And I think we as black men too can stand up and say that to women, like, you don't really need that, babe. You know what I mean? You good as you are. I take, you know what I mean? Without there having to be all of that. And I'm, feel like, women are doing a little too much of following the trend of, So the Kardashians and Nicki Minaj and all them type of women, they making it deep. I think there's a lot of pressure from I think they're setting a standard for women, and women are following some of that to some degree. I'm not saying that's all of them. It's a lot of people getting surgery. It's a lot of it. There was another just on permanent surgery. There's another like 7 million surgeries of those, and 87% of those were women. Yeah. So I think women are going through a lot to please whomever, right? That in a lot of cases, the majority of the time when I'm looking at it from my perspective as a man on the outside looking in most cases it's not really necessary. Like you're already, you know what I mean? I agree with you. I think God don't make mistakes. Whatever He gave you, let's just work for that. Try to get fit. Right. Try to eat right. Try to do it naturally. I'm with that. Right. So that's all you got from me, champ. That's all you're looking for. Woman, just be natural. Be yourself. Just be yourself. Be yourself. Okay. I think a lot, like a lot be said for a woman that's confident in who she is without feeling like she needs a whole lot of extras. Okay. You know what I mean? That's just. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Man, what you got for me? You go ahead, Tom. Nah, let me go last because I got a whole list. Okay. I got a whole list. And I'm the elder statesman. I've been married for so long, so I got it. Well, what the men look for in a woman? What the men look for in a woman? I think. Well, you talk from your perspective. What do you look for when you go out hunting? Of course, attractiveness. Fitness. Somebody I think a woman should be active and fit because that's what I like to do. So, take care of health conscious, eat a certain type of way. Let me see. Also, a femininity. Like I think it's something, man. It's just very, very attractive. A woman who's feminine, who has her feminine energy, who's not trying to be, because the feminine energy is a balance of the masculine energy, and so it's soothing, man. It's the feminine energy makes a man want to do something for the woman. You know what I'm saying? When you have a woman who's feminine, you want to make sure that you have more of you're more inclined to want to take care of her. But more than anything, another thing is that I think, a man, with a man, and also intelligence, like be able to have a conversation, beyond like what's on TV. Because me personally, I don't watch TV like that. I watch, of course, Netflix or a show, but the TV, man, I can't stand the TV. I don't have a TV. So I couldn't picture myself being in a relationship just sitting and watching TV all day.
Like I like to be active and stuff like that. And then just like I said, a conversation. So those, Dag, let me put it in the top. After attractiveness is a relationship with the creator. Like that might be, that right there is important, because I think what I've learned, man, is that for me that you should be, I'm not looking for somebody to complete me, because I feel like, man, we should already as men have our own goals and direction, and somebody can be addition to your life that you already have, but not a completion. And and then the same for her, that it shouldn't be, like she has her own, not just that she's together. And I feel like even exchange, no robbery. So I'm trying to be what I want to reflect.
That's
yeah. So that's it.
Yeah,
that's some of the things. Yeah.
Good job, Jay. Good job.
Tone approves that message.
Yeah, I approve that message. Good job, Jay.
Oh, man.
So, and Neil, y'all know I've been married, man, 24 years. I've been with my wife for 36 years. So I'm gonna come from kind of like, what I see in her. And, so I wrote this stuff down. Have a relationship with God. My second one is a woman being an adult. Like everybody's saying that it's independent, but I don't think it's independent if you got a daughter, you raise your daughter, baby, pay care of bills, do whatever, be a dog, get her own place and this and that. And if a man come along, it's cool, but if a man don't come along, it's cool. So my wife is truly adult. Like I give her the money, she pay the bills, she kind of run the house.
She can stand on a woman that can stand on her own 2 feet.
Yeah. And I think and I'm talking from a husband point of view, but I know a lot of guys just first thing they just see a nice face and a nice butt, and the girl could be living in a mother basement. They don't, I wouldn't want to be. Now my wife is becoming way more health conscious. She lost like 15 pounds. I think that's very important.
What's up?
And I think it's so important for the woman because in most cases, the woman controls the kitchen. So if she making healthy meals, it affect the whole house. If she putting bull junk in the house, it's going to affect the whole house. So I think that's very important.
Man, that's real. That's very.
Yeah.
That's good that you mentioned that, because it's true. Even if a man might be a vegan, but if his lady is cooking fried chicken and some greens smelling good, all of a sudden, man, he be
and she taking care of him in the bed.
Man, he gonna be.
He wake up, he just go grab what's up in the house.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff we don't even bring in the house.
Yeah.
I feel that I hear 50-50 and man, she complete me, but I don't buy into that. I think that you should be 100%. The woman should be 100%, and she should complement whatever you're doing. I don't think that, if she went with me, you should bring 100% to the table. That's, I feel like you should get a woman that would let you pursue and also support your focus in life. I feel like, a lot of, I've been having a gym for I don't know how long. My wife, she don't bother me with that. Or I get up and go work out, she don't bother me with that. And she, she support me in that. She gonna make sure that I have the right food in the refrigerator. She really look out for me, so I appreciate that. I'm real big on loyalty. I think that's a big thing, being loyal,
And what does that mean?
For me, man, I think it's just prime example, like the dude Kevin Samuels, which I like, I ain't got no problem with him, but he talked a lot about this high value man. But if you meet a woman and you making $200,000 a year and you bring into this lifestyle, and God forbid something happen, is this woman in love with you or your lifestyle? Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know nothing about, no high value man, but I seen it in the streets. The dude get locked up. She used to driving Benz and this and that. Next thing you know, she messing with his man. She used to these mink coats and all.
She loyal to the lifestyle.
She loyal to the lifestyle.
Yeah. And
that's what I be worried about, because a lot of these.
So is that, I don't hate to interrupt, so is that like Dr. Dre wife who talking about she won like 100, like, cause she said she won $100,000 just to give away.
And guess what Dre say? Man, she ain't did nail beat. She ain't do no beat. She ain't want no tool.
She ain't do no scratching.
She ain't did no scratching.
Nothing.
And with this high value
she
man.
She ain't even give him a rapper. She ain't find
I'm
stupid
trying
nobody.
to tell you. And I'm worried about this because when you're a high value man, and I know a lot of guys that's, I gotta bring this up. There's a lot of guys that's doing well, they don't put that much into their health. And if they're not putting that much into their health, their sex life is not going to be that. So now you done got old and you're not having sex, but you got this big bank. And I know you see it all the time in the movies. Man, why she messing with the pool boy? And why she messing with the...
Because the pool boy, hey, Tom, he working out. He cleaning that pool. He swimming and everything. He coming out the water yeah. So, but just to add to what you said about this high value, because it's important.
Go ahead, babe.
This is really important. To make that type of money, like you said, I'm just going on what you said.
You gotta
work 10, 15, 14 hours.
Yeah.
That's going to play into your health.
Man.
And so for me, that's why, to me, man, just to be able to pay your bills, put some away. But to me, that's why I say mind, body, and soul.
Yeah.
I think all of them need to be in balance, because you putting all that work in, and your time is the most precious resource you have. So you putting all that work in just to die. Right. Just to have things and to die.
And to piggyback on what you said, like you look at, I'm going to use Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. When they was grinding, they don't look like they look now. They got so much money. You to them dudes ripped.
Man, look good. My man cut his bald head off. I was like,
got rid of his wife?
Yeah. He said, he upgraded. He was like, oh yeah, nah. Yeah, for real.
Yeah. My wife was very family oriented, and I would look for a woman that I'm looking at, like, if I was dating, like, she don't fool with her family, she don't fool with this and that, that would raise antennas for me.
Man, yeah.
And for me, even though I'm married, man, I love the sister. Like, dudes be, Chinese, and I ain't knocking nobody, but I don't think nothing like the sister, champ.
I agree with that. I feel so strongly about that to some degree. Like, there are a lot of black women that call themselves diva and goddess and queen.
Yeah.
I think just being a black woman is strong enough. If you walk in the room, right? Yeah. That's a black woman. You don't need another moniker, right? You know what I mean? Again, you don't need to put a bumper sticker on a Bentley. You are just fine as you are. Like, you don't need to add anything. The moment you say I'm a black woman, you walk in a room, you carry yourself a certain way, and you can carry yourself in such a way as a black woman. You can walk into a room full of people, sit in the corner, and garner all the attention a woman can have just from the way you carry yourself.
Yes. Another thing I wrote down that I think that Neil touched on a little bit, but you and your people's got to be friends. Mm-hmm. Y'all got to be friends. Mm-hmm. Because, when the first thing is the sexual attraction, and, when you in your early 20s, and then I'm 56 now. Okay. So I ain't doing a whole lot of nothing. I'm just happy I'm doing something. I ain't doing a whole lot of nothing. Monkey then, huh? Yeah. And so with 23 hours and 55 minutes left in the day. After I got about 5 minutes off. Sometimes 3.
I like that joint. Hey, you hit that. You didn't say 23 hours. You said 23 and 55. Hold up.
Man, sometimes 58. And so, after all that's out the way, man, do you really like this? Y'all cool? Like, can y'all go to the mall or go to the zoo or go just walk? Like, just go for a walk and just have a conversation, be cool.
I think that's where the real value is for real.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think when you can sit and talk about like whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like whatever.
Yeah.
And a lot of that to me comes from really enjoying each other's company.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we were talking earlier. I said, you know, there's some people that are in my life. If they're in a room, I'm a happy joker. You know what I mean? My daughter walk in the room, I'm happy. Like, I can sit in the corner and not say a word.
Yes.
You know, so when you're in a relationship like that and you all enjoy each other's company, then all the other stuff is an add-on to what I think is now is the foundation. You know what I mean? And you could also be in a relationship where you'll be with someone where because they're in the room, there really doesn't have to be. There isn't a lot to be said.
Right.
Like, you're just happy they're in the room.
Of course.
Y'all in the car together, and it's not that y'all bored. Y'all not talking to each other. It's not a whole lot of conversation because you don't have anything to say. It's she's in the car, I'm in the car, he's in the car. We're good. We're all good. Wherever we going, we going. I don't need. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's another aspect to that as well.
Man, I think that's very, very. Man, when me and my wife first got together, man, and we cool now, but when we first got together, she was like my best friend. It was like hanging out with Dill, but I can go have sex with Dill. Not like that. not like that, Dill, but she was that cool. She was that cool, and that's what made me just gravitated. She was like a dude that you could talk to.
You always say that, though. You always say
everything, man, and you know, growing up, I just like box. She knew about basketball, football. She used to go to Georgetown games. She was just cool. So, man, I just wanted to put that, man. I think in a relationship, man, that I see a lot of people go through, and that I'm working on myself now, communication skills. Yeah. You got to be able to communicate, man. Mm-hmm. That's very, very, very important. And but so sometimes with my wife, I would tell her, hey, let's go walking. We trying to be healthy. My goal is to get to 100. I want you with me. Her rebuttal is, nigga, you can call me fat. I didn't say that. What I said is because of the blood pressure and the cholesterol and I hear what you're saying, but you call me fat. So the communication.
So a lot of that too is the ability to listen and hear.